One thing Bernina does very well is allowing you to take any embroidery design you can get into this machine and be able to size it, move it, mirror image it, do whatever you want to it. And if you size it up and make it bigger, it adds the stitches. If you size it down, it subtracts the stitches. That's how smart this machine is. So we're going to go ahead and just pick a design. And how about for fun, we'll just do that little present again. And I'm going to select the oval hoop. That way I've got a little bit bigger playground as I do some editing. So choose the little I for information next to the design. So right here it's a little present, so let's touch it. So we're going to work through all these little icons here. The first one is for moving it. You will be also using the width and length knobs. I kind of feel like I'm on a gigantic Etch-a-Sketch some days as I move it up and down or left to right. I can also do it with my finger. So if I go outside the hoop, it does tell me that my designs are outside or it's too big for what I was working on. And I could also touch center and bring it back to where I am. Now, another thing I like is, let's say I move it to the side here and I want it back a little bit, or I can clear out that number. Anything that's yellow has a yellow box around it. If you just touch that, it will return it back to its default setting. So at any given time. Now, if you're forgetting what one of these are, use the question mark and touch the icon, and it will tell you that that's for moving a motif feature in here. If you watch really close as I touch a mirror image left to right, it does flip the design left or right, and then also up or down, so depending on what you're working with. And sometimes you need both mirror images on to get it to actually flip all 4 directions. So once again, to clear it off, touch that icon again, and that yellow box disappears. Now my favorite one is actually the sizing. Now before I actually do that, watch right here. It says 33 minutes and then the size of the design. So as I pick for sizing, I can go ahead and roll that baby on up, and as soon as it goes outside the hoop, I'll drop it back down. Okay, so with 166% bigger here, it says with the size that it's working with, and once I actually touch to go stitch, so the needle and thread icon, everything's going to kind of get reset. A little calculation of more stitches are added, and let's see, now 50 minutes is what we're working with. So see how much more stitches that it's working with, and then it's showing me which area it's going to start to stitch. So if I just want to go back and do some editing, oh, I don't want to take that, that seems like too long of a design to do. I want to come back and edit it. Touch the pencil, and you can come back here, and we can resize that back down to a smaller size. So you can kind of, again, get used to what options are there. So you can size it, you can move it, we can rotate it. So here's what I do with rotation. Most of the time when I rotate, I'm leaning it 90 degrees, okay? Or 180 degrees, or once more, and then back to normal. But with a Bernina, you do have single degree rotation, and that way you can dial it in or tilt it nicely to one side. But I will tell you the truth, most of the time I'm hooping it, and then I'm like, okay, now I need it on its side, and I'll use a 90-degree instant turn as it's sitting on that screen there. So those are the quick, easy things that you can do with the design. When you're ready to come back out, or you're done with this, you can go back to the folder, touch the arrow pointing out of the folder, meaning get me out of here, and you're back to your last screen and all the way back to the main menu.